It's week 9 of the National Football League, and we'll see Bijan Robinson. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Ravens and the Bengals under the lights on Sunday night.
It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The numbers for McLaurin a week ago. 5 catches, 59 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Little bootleg here. Howell. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense, just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking. And
he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Beginning the drive here with Armstead. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
This unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This one taken in by Olave.
And out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Greg Newsome. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Again, a run with Gainwell. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd down and 8. They toss this out right to Gainwell.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, how about the big guy? Agility. He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Here's Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And a broken tackle could not free him. Take it down right at the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings us 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Now Howell.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Howell down to throw it.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Josh Palmer,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Cleveland to return from the end zone.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Flushed out right.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
It got his man complete. And down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
On the option left, Richardson.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Ravens at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one in second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top-5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Richardson.
Eluding the pressure right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. They'll go play action. Howell.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Got his man. It's Gainwell.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Holding. Offense.
Mason, the guard.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, check that. Reload, alert.
Now they go play action with Howell. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Short throw caught by Dosich.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Fielded at about the 28. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The one thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield, trying to see that open grass, ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
8-yard pickup. First down, Ravens.
Play action. Now Richardson.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Now Richardson is going to keep it running right.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Now it's Richardson.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Second down throw for Howell.
He completes this to Sutton. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
And Howell will throw it.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Here's Howell to throw on second down.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Howell's throw taken in by Palmer.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Howell to throw.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Howell. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Bryce Young, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we head over to Detroit, check on the Lions at home, Ford Field, and they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Justin Herbert, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
23 yards the pickup there.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. A give left side to Robinson. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Richardson looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. A third down gain of 19. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Second and 6.
Hawk 70.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 25.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Going with Armstead, a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
18 Cardinal. 19 tight.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
That is caught, and they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Now the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And just shutting him off there.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their 1st possession of this 2nd half.
But Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their 1st drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now 2nd and 3. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. To the sideline and incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Hey.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
3rd and 3. Quick throw completed by Richardson.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Richardson looking to throw this. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
3rd and long for Richardson.
Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Only able to gain a couple there, and now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Ravens taking the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
18, 5 in.
Richardson to throw off play action. Downfield, and he's got Olave.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. Complete right side to Hyatt.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bengals 31-yard line.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. On this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now Richardson looks to throw once more. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's
touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
They'll run with Robinson.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down, they'll have to throw it anyway.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone, and now it'll be 4th and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding, offense.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So what? Defensively, they get the spot push back, and now it's not a 1st down. Here's 2nd down.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. They run behind center with Gainwell.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game, even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is brought in at the 21.
The Ravens offense back out there. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Kennedy. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Ready. Check. Go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Come on.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
And this throw will be intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Howell. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes a catch. Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. 4th quarter.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Richardson.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Jalen Hyatt, 26 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
Let's go. And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
Rocco switch, Rocco switch. Roll. Let's go.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Ravens, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.